A little bit more cheerful now.
Now let's see. She'll need to get more angry and willful. So... How about public speaking? And court manners.
Wow.
What?
Those are good choices.
Okay. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank and when to extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation.
Now we've read this before. What? So what are you gonna decide?
Let her stay.
You wanna be a lumen?
Yes.
You wanna be a magical girl.
I want to hear what she has to say. She stays.
As you wish. You want to talk to her then?
What happens if I talk to her?
You'll find out.
I'll talk to her.
Hi, just me.
Hi.
Alright, now you have to read. Read.
What is it you wanted to teach me?
First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal.
What crystal?
The source of power for any lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. We're both good.
Yeah.
The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you.
Do you have a crystal?
Of course.
She holds out her hands. Light flickers above her bosom. And then with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh.
It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. Wow.
Oh.
So, what are you gonna do to study now?
How about...
This is dancing music. Cursor's dancing while we wait. I'm gonna fall asleep. Are you alive?
Oh, public speaking and court manners.
Why'd that take so long?
At the person of highest rank within the domain, no one may sit at any formal event unless you give them permission, and no one must ever turn their back on you. If they do, you are intended to recognize the insult. You take deep breaths and practice speaking very loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room.
We've read this before. You didn't read this part, though.
All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursel rushes into the garden and points his sword at you. No, not at you. At your feet?
Princess, don't move.
Hold still. You want to hold hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass. You can't help it. You squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike.
No!
Your cousin pushes you aside, and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Lottie! Lottie! Too late. Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head.
Hi, Raven.
Oh, hi.
We're doing good. We just finished our Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah?
And we also finished dessert, pumpkin pie.
Yeah, it was very delicious.
What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get an herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe.
I'm sorry.
I don't feel good. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been there. Someone may have tried to kill you.
Will Charlotte be okay?
I don't know. That's depressing.
Yeah.
So you already talked to her, and she said you need to find out about your crystal. So do you want to maybe talk to your father, or do you want to do something else to change levels?
Why don't I...
Let's see your move. A little bit more afraid because of the snake. Thanks, Raven. I had it on a little bit yesterday, but it like glitched and it started turning on and off constantly, so I took it off. Okay, now what are you gonna do? This dramatic music is driving me crazy. Pick something.
Visit the dungeons.
Okay. Now you look scared. Look how scared you look.
Yikes.
Okay. -1, -1, -0.8. You could still study this and it'll go up, but not a lot.
Okay, strategy and naval strategy.
Are you sure? Or you could pick something that's neutral. Or this, you didn't do this before. Or
Whoa.
this one is higher, this one is higher, so it's this. It's up to you.
Yeah, after
You're
all.
the one who's gonna get her killed.
I'm not going to.
Well, you
even
didn't
if
the first time, so this time you will.
No, she only got imprisoned.
That's why I said you didn't the first time, so this time you will.
No, I won't.
Because you're doing it differently.
Let's
We're doing
see.
dancing music.
How about Novian and foreign affairs?
Oh, under history?
Yeah.
It's Novin. Why do you keep adding an I?
I'm sorry. I thought that was how it should be pronounced. You read about the history of your domain. Hundreds of years ago, Nova was the center of a great empire, spanning the length of the western coast as well as a few island territories. Over time, your influence has waned.
Not just not to get her killed, but to let her become queen. She's a princess. Her mother died.
Yeah.
And she needs to become the queen.
Yeah, of Nova. You study the relationships of Nova and its nearest neighbors. The borders have been mostly peaceful in recent years, except for the problems with Ixion to the south. However, trouble may be brewing in Piraeus as well.
We've read that before.
Yeah.
You think she has a guardian angel?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you going to do now? You could talk to the father about the crystal or something else.
How about talk to my father about the crystal?
Okay.
Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal?
Didn't we read this before?
I think so.
Yeah, it's in a safe place.
Can I have it?
No.
But it's mine.
Yeah, we read this before. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now, you are still a child. Wow. Look at that face.
Yeah,
She looks like she's scheming something.
I know. How about strategy and naval strategy?
Okay, strategy and naval strategy. Read it.
You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of crew needed for each.
No, it's the Duke of Sedna again. Oh, read that. That's
It might
new.
not be appropriate for me to wear a manscaped in public, though. People would think it meant something. Don't wear it.
Don't wear it? Okay.
It's important to maintain the proper image.
So you know what you did differently that time?
I got a yielding point.
Not just that, but you studied... What was it?
Court manners.
Yeah, court manners. That's what it was. Okay. Now you've talked to the father. You want to go back to talk to her? Or do you want to go and do something else?
How about talk to
Juliana.
Juliana? My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait.
There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal.
Well, what else am I supposed to do about it?
The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action.
What drastic action? What do you mean by drastic action?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again. Now you look afraid. Make up your mind, girl.
I'm sorry. Right.
Okay, now you have negative under military.
That's right. I want her to be a bit more willful and angry.
So, what do you want to study? Without putting me to sleep.
Okay.
You're putting
Court
me to
manners and public speaking.
sleep. Again, okay. Public speaking, court manners. Here we go.
You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience. You study rules for formal dining, including the proper utensils for different dishes. As the queen, no one will comment on your mistakes, but they will notice them.